TCU with a tough loss tonight. They came up short with a final score 26-29 at home against Texas. They are now 4-6 overall with a 3-game losing streak. We got to speak to players Savion Williams, Abe Camara, and Josh Hoover, and of course head coach Sonny Dykes. So let's take a listen.
Yeah, proud of our guys for fighting back, man. I mean, those guys, you know, our team showed a ton of character and, you know, just mental toughness and fortitude and fight. And, you know, ask them at halftime just to play as hard as they could play in the second half and you know, not worry about the score. Just come out and play with incredible effort, and they did that and got themselves back in the game. And, you know, we were right there, had a chance. I mean, you could point to a lot of stuff. I mean, but yeah, certainly getting to the 2-yard line and not scoring obviously ended up being a big deal in the game. You know, yeah, it's obviously important. I mean, I thought that the 2-point play was a big deal. Yeah. Yeah, he just played with it. I mean, number one, he played incredibly hard. Got banged up a couple of times and kept coming back in. And, I mean, just played with really a ton of toughness. You know, just played like he's capable of playing. I mean, it was really, really good to see him play with confidence. And, you know, Josh kind of got on the same page with him and started to trust him. And you know, the big difference, I think, was we were able to run the ball in the second half. You know, we just stuck with it and were able to run it enough to where, you know, we weren't in a bunch of second and third and long situations like we were in the first half. You know, we just wasted some drives early in the game. Kind of what we've done at times this year where we had a penalty or gave up a sack or did something we couldn't get out of our own way. Then the second half, guys just started making plays and settled in. And like I said, we were able to run the ball. I thought our offensive line really, really played well in the second half. You know, not only in the run game, it gave our quarterback time to throw the football and gave us an opportunity to get back in the game. And then overall defensively, you know, I thought we played well enough to win, you know, and, you know, it's the fourth game this year that we've had an opportunity to win down the stretch. Couldn't do it. And so it's just, you know, it's a good football team that we played against. You got to give Texas credit. They, you know, did what they had to do to win the game, and I think it shows a lot of, you know, a lot about who they are. Very talented team, and you know, they're playing smart football, not turning the ball over and making people beat them. Not really. I mean, obviously we changed some calls, made some adjustments, did some things a little bit different, you know, changed some of the things we were doing from a blocking standpoint offensively. And, you know, you asked about the turning point earlier. I mean, look, we're going to go in at halftime down 2 scores if we don't throw that late interception. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that was to me, it was a big play. I gave them a quick touchdown, and all of a sudden, you know, it's a 3-score game. And against a good football team, you can't make those kind of mistakes. And those have been mistakes that we've made this year. I mean, I thought the officiating was terrible, embarrassingly bad. But, you know, we have to be able to overcome it. I mean, I think everybody in the country saw that displayed tonight and probably wasn't real proud of the effort those officials had tonight. Yeah, I mean, I think so. Yeah, we made some plays. I mean, we had to, you know, we had to make some competitive plays on the ball, and John Paul obviously made a heck of a catch on that third down, you know, right there at the end zone, and Savion made a great play as well. And yeah, there was some stuff that sparked us, and it was just individual plays. And you know, unfortunately, a lot of times this thing comes down to what happened when they converted that third down. I mean, a ball was up in the air, and somebody makes a play on it, and it's either you or them. And And you got to give Texas credit. They made the play on that ball, and we didn't. And unfortunately, those things add up, and that gets magnified in that situation there. But, if we want to break through and be as good as we're capable of being, we have to make those kind of plays. But, yeah, I think guys – I was really proud of some of the individual stuff that we did tonight, just in terms of guys fighting, and thought Josh Hoover really played well in the second half. Like you said, the offensive line played well. We were able to run the ball against a team that's very difficult to run it against in the second half. And, we played like a good football team plays. We just, like you said, just didn't make enough plays down the stretch. Yeah, I think we believe in him, and, I think, we're fortunate. We've got a couple of good quarterbacks and guys that we both believe in, and I just feel like, Josh did a hell of a job. Like I said, in the second half, made the one really bad decision at the end of the first half, and besides that, I thought he for a young guy against a good opponent, a lot of really talented players, I thought he performed pretty well. No, just always say the same thing. I didn't see it. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. When you have those games, you always, as a coach, it always, here's the thing about winning and losing is, when you win, it's because of the players, and when you lose, it's because of the coaches. And I've always believed that. I always will believe that. And so, we've got to do a better job of coaching. We shouldn't have put some guys in situations maybe in the first half to dig as big a hole as we dug ourselves. But again, our guys fought their ass off in the second half. And got back in the game and had a chance to win down the stretch. We're one play away from having the ball and with just in the field goal. Or at that time, I felt like we had a ton of confidence that we were going to score a touchdown. We felt like we'd worn their defensive front down a little bit, which allowed us to throw the ball, and guys were making plays, and the quarterback was playing with confidence. And I would have loved to have seen what would have happened. Oh, not really. It goes back to what we talked about earlier. It's like anything else. You just, something that we talk about all the time with our players is when a defensive player intercepts a pass or picks up a fumble, the first thing that's going to happen is the offensive player is going to try to strip them because the defensive player is not accustomed to carrying the football. And so it's a conversation we literally have all the time with guys. And, you got to give Texas credit. They did exactly what they're supposed to do. They tried to strip the ball, and unfortunately for us, they got it out. But yeah, I hate to think like that, but it's hard not to at times where you just go, man, it just kind of seems the way things have bounced this year, and I think that play is kind of indicative of that. And I hate to say that, but there's probably something to it. Yeah, for sure. So I told him, let's just play like that. Let's play with that kind of effort and that kind of intensity and that kind of excitement for 4 quarters and see what happens, and I know this. We've got a game against Baylor in 7 days, and I'm so excited, because I want to see our guys come out and play like we're capable of playing. And so, I'm already fired up about that game and fired up to see our guys play, and I know they're going to work hard and have a hell of a week of practice. And my hope is we'll play 4 quarters like we played in the second half today. And if we do, then, we'll be a good football team. We'll have a chance to win a game. And so I'm excited to see that because that's there. I know it's there. It's been there at times this year. We played exceptionally well. We just have, either not made a play or made a mistake or something that's cost us. And, we've got to do a better job coaching. It comes down to that. We've got to coach better. We've got to coach situations better. We got to make sure that our guys understand, what needs to be done in critical situations. Yeah, that was a big one, man. That was a big field goal he hit, and I guess got a lot of confidence in him. And he hadn't, we've asked him to do some really difficult things this year. I mean, his average distance of field goal coming into the game was 42 yards. That's the longest, I think, in college football this year. And so, we've asked him to do hard things, and we put him in some tough situations. And that was a tough one, and he responded, and I got a lot of confidence in him, and I believe in him, and he nailed it.
I think we just started running it really well, and up front we found some runs we really liked, and it took a little bit to find what we were liking in the run game. But once we found it, we did some really good stuff. And their big thing, they were trying to stop us from throwing all the perimeter stuff, and they wanted us to run the ball, and we did. So I was proud of the offensive line, the way they responded. And Texas were trying to put us in one-on-one matchups up front because they know they're really good, and our guys did a great job up front. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. Just so thankful for that guy. He's a gamer. When the lights are shining the brightest, he comes out and plays unbelievable and made some big time plays today. And just super proud of him and just the way he played, the grit he showed. That touchdown at the end, I mean, unbelievable catch. So I had my eyes closed and prayed to God that he'd catch it, and he did. So. Yeah, he's a great person. It's the first thing about Savion is he's a team guy. He's never come over and throw his helmet so he can get the ball. You love the guys like that as a quarterback because when guys are on you about getting on the ball, sometimes it's tough to manage all that. But Savion's he's an unbelievable teammate, unbelievable player, great guy, great dad, and I'm just thankful for that guy and what he means to me. He's unbelievable. Quite a bit. There in the second half we were rolling. So first half we were just trying to kind of find our way. Couldn't really. We're in some third and longs, and I don't care if you're playing Fort Worth Christian. If you're in third and long, it's a good job. So just staying out of those and trying to mitigate the third and longs, and that's kind of what led to some bad drives in the first half. But I think once we found a roll and started rolling, I was playing pretty confidently and throwing the ball around at a pretty efficient rate. Yeah, it was just doing my job, dealing with the guy that's open, not trying to do too much. I made a mistake in the second half that it cost us big time, and, I hate it. I got to get fixed. So I tried to do too much and make a throw that, not even Jesus Christ himself should try and make. So just dumping it down the flat would probably be the better decision, and just got to move on and make better decisions in those kind of moments. Yeah, I told the team after the game we wouldn't have a chance if it wasn't for our defense. So those guys came out and they played hard. I think they had 3 points in the second half. Is that right? So, yeah, I mean, unbelievable performance from them. Texas is really good on offense. And, we had some, you never blame the thing on the referees. You always blame it on yourself. And there's plenty of opportunities we had to make plays. But I thought there were some, poor calls on our defensive guys, pass interference stuff. And, that was bad to see, but I thought they played hard. I thought they played really well, and just really proud of those guys. Yeah, for sure. It's Texas is a really good football team, and we went out second half and played our best half of football, arguably. We were in the red zone, I think every drive, and one of them we were down there on fourth down and couldn't get it done. Should have scored, but. It gives us a lot of confidence just knowing that you can move the ball, and we ran the ball really well. And so that was the biggest thing tonight for me, just seeing how well our offensive line played, and that's something to carry over next week. Yeah, he's one of those guys that he's gonna pound the rock and he's gonna run tough every single time he touches the ball, and he means a lot to us. And we wouldn't be the same offense without him. And I know going forward, he's going to be a huge part of this offense, and so just thankful for him. And he's a great player, a great teammate like Savion. We've got some great guys. So this is, obviously we lost, and I'm not in the moral victories, but this is something to build off of in my mind. And I feel like you can learn from everything. And I feel like tonight's something we can learn from. Just continue to fight and scrap and move forward. So just proud of this team, man. We've had some ups and downs, and No one's pointing fingers. No one's in there yelling, screaming. We're just all looking at ourselves and wondering how we can get better. So I'm just proud of the guys. I haven't seen it. I didn't see it. I heard it was awesome. I was looking at the stars. So, but they brought the pressure on that one, and I just tried to get it out. They brought more than we can block. So I was hoping he'd be in the right spot, and he was apparently. So. Yeah, they're inside. Their inside guys are really, really talented guys, and outside they're really long and fast. So I'd say D line wise, they were really good, and obviously K State's good up front too. And everybody we play in the Big 12 has long, good players. So, but yeah, Texas was good up front. Yeah, you got to grow up quick. You realize that every play is the play of the game. And so we played some good football teams, and that's we're to be a good football team, you got to play and beat the best. And so we expect to go out every week and beat people, and we've got to find a way to do that and be more efficient. But yeah, it's just facing the teams we faced the last couple of games. We've been in some close ones and had some chances to win some games and just couldn't pull it off. So it's frustrating, and it's definitely disappointing. But we're going to keep fighting and keep scrapping.
Keep fighting. I mean, some people went into the game thinking we weren't going to win. Some people went into the game thinking we were going to win. So, I mean, when you have two sides of people thinking we're going to win, the other side of the team thinking, oh, I mean, like, we playing Texas, they're top 10 ranked. You got people like that on the team. But it's going in to like last two games of the season. I'd say everyone need to have a different mindset for new game. We don't need to go into any other games like this. This one just like should have set the tone for the rest of the season. So, as like myself, I know I know I'm top Big 12 top receiver, but I mean going to the game, I just go into it with every other game. Like I just go into it like thinking I'm gonna make plays, vision myself making plays, and don't do too much. Don't be try to be Superman. Just do what I have to do my job. Nah, I was just tired and didn't come up with anything at the last moment, so I just came with whatever came to mind. Did whatever came to mind. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. That's something big. I mean, defense had a few games where we have like been down and they hold the offense to a certain amount, and we just haven't been capitalizing on offense. But I feel like them doing that, and we like us getting like a connection on offense, like how we did. I think that's like gonna help us on the next 2 minutes. Yeah. I say when he threw that, like Josh, he's not a get down type of guy. Like when he does something, like it's like that's on me. Like I mean, he gets his head up again. Like he doesn't trip out on something that he does. He like that's on me. That's it. And then next second half, he came out. He apologized, and it was a whole different man. Like doing what he had to do.
Proud of defense, fought hard. It was a fight all night, Overall, I'm proud of the performance of the defense. We made a couple of adjustments. Yeah, we made a couple of adjustments at halftime, but really, in the end, we knew we were beating ourselves. So it was just strong. Got fighters on this team. Got some fighters on this team. I've known that since day one. They showed me glimpses of it in the second half. It's only a matter of just putting it all together. Just keep going. We've still got 2 games left, and keep pushing. Try to get two wins. Just overall, just keep trying to do what we can throughout the season. I feel confidence is always there with us. This team, we just got to find a way to put it together. So going toe to toe with Texas, they're a phenomenally good team, and we showed that we can play on par with them. I guess next week against them, we just got to show up and play them. You repeat that? Got Xavier, obviously, 580. They just got talent all across the board. I think every team in the Big 12 has talent. Overall, what it is. Not quite. These are must-win games. It's very important to finish this year, not only to ourselves, but to TCU, the whole campus, program, and everybody. It's very good.
TCU with a lot of momentum in the second half. And as Sonny mentioned, we're hoping that sets the tone for these last 2 games. Obviously, TCU has to win both of these games to be eligible for a bowl game, but the players and Sonny are very excited. Next week, we play Baylor at home again, so make sure you stay tuned. Also on Frogs Today this next week, we have pressers, we've got State of the Frogs, of course, our pregame and postgame shows. So make sure you stay tuned. But until then, from everyone here at Frogs Today, I am Courtney Stockhouse. Go Frogs.